So we are going to be underway in a few minutes here. Cranky and the fine girls of Toronto Junior Roller Derby are getting ready to do the 50-50 draw for tonight. So we got equipment checks happening right now again. So folks at home, if you have number 287671, it's a red ticket.
I'm sure that they're all waiting there with their little tickets in their hands. But Slammy has all of her tickets and she did not win at all.
The sad trombone.
Sad trombone. I had some of the girls ask me if I wanted 50-50 tickets, but I was still playing a game, and I said, where do you think I keep my money in this outfit? Yeah,
they're a little over-enthusiastic sometimes of who they try to sell tickets to.
Hammer City seems pretty enthusiastic there.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, in the middle of the HCRGs, there was one for TCRG, I think acknowledging that they do have some members at Tri-City helping them out tonight.
Nice, nice. It's always good to recognize.
So as we go into our second half of this bout, CM Power with a commanding 135-6 lead over the A-team. And,
I'm hoping to see some strategy changes by the A-team at this point.
I think so too. Now, of course, we saw last month when CM Power took on Les Expos, they had a bit of a change in their second half. They went into halftime down by points, I forget how many, and came back and just dominated that second half.
It can happen. Anything can happen in a derby game, and that's why it's fun. Tropic Thunder taking a big hit from 911 there.
Yeah, Zoe Disco. But Brimstone, Lee Jammer.
JJ Blades having a tough time getting through the CM Power wall.
Oh, and Zoe Disco has been sent to the box.
That's not a good sign for Hammer City.
No, losing a dominant pivot like that.
Brimstone making it through the pack again, scoring all 5 points.
So JJ Blades, goes too far up on the inside, has to recycle to the back. Pantyhoser doing a great job at the back of that pack along with Tropic Thunder, keeping JJ Blades from re-entering. And Brim is coming up.
Brim again.
Yep.
Sneaking up on her. Taking the outside, the friendly, deking to the end and makes it right through that pack.
Very nice juke by Brimstone on that one. She's already put up 15 points. Looks like they might take this one to the full 2 minutes if she can.
Tear apart, sent to the box.
Yeah, it looks like being sent looks like for an out of play.
And Brimstone calls it as the pack came to almost a standstill there.
But yet she picks up 17 points to open the second half. So it's 152 for CM Power and 6 for the A-team. Gonna see, looks like Laraza Slam and Candy Crossbones on the line. Up front, Little Red Roller Hood for Hammer City. And of course, CM Power pivot Tear Apart is sitting in the box. So 4-3 pack advantage for Hammer City right now. Oh, Henry doing some work to keep Candy Crossbones behind. Laraza Slam is towards the front, trying to pass Jubilee and Lady Gaga, but Candy Crossbones cuts to the inside and is your lead jammer. Laraza Slam has caught up to her. Candy looking over her shoulder. She loves to play this cat and mouse game.
She's really good at being a defensive jammer. And then there's the offense coming out. She's gonna hit her. And she's taking her out and calls it off. She's playing to just wear down that jammer.
That's right. So no points for either side on that one. Again, we want to thank some of our sponsors, such as rollerbug.com, and their brick and mortar store, Cardinal Skate Shop, run by Gorgor, Rollergirls, Claire, Candy Bar. I'm saying this really slowly.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Candy Bar. Defa Caitlin also works there.
Yes, she does.
Bambi, who is also on this team but not playing tonight, also works there.
No, she's not on. That's right. She wasn't on the roster this evening. But who needs Bambi when you've got Nasher the Smasher?
Well, exactly. Here we go. Defa Caitlin slicing her way through this pack.
Tempura Tantrum is jamming right now for Hammer City.
We had a slow start to this one. CM Power trying to get Tara Part out of that box, and it was successful.
Caitlin has to do a full lap before she becomes lead jammer.
Caitlin's skates are just fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I gotta look at those. The pink and the blue. It really pays off to work in a skate shop, eh?
It does.
Cardinal Skates is totally fun.
Oh, I like how you brought that back to our sponsor. Very nicely done. Tempura Tantrum is now caught up to Caitlin, who again is a little cat and mouse, trying to pushes her out of bounds, just stays in.
She's trying to back absorb her into the pack again, and it works, and she takes off. The pivot chasing, but to no avail, as Defa Caitlin just starts skating at full capacity.
So Caitlin has already picked up a grand slam, and I think Tempura Tantrum, no, she is on a scoring pass.
The refs are having to work really hard tonight because things are happening so fast. We're seeing a lot of little minor calls happening in the pack. They're really keeping their eyes open at this point. Caitlin calls the jam.
Picking up another 5.
It's 161 to 6, CM Power.
162, there it is.
Oh, the 162,
that fifth
nice.
Point, it's always so slow to just flip over on the board for some reason. I've noticed that.
JJ Blades up against Brimstone. You can see the different stances that as they start and the way that they run. Brimstone on her toe stops and JJ duck walks it out. But JJ gets taken out by Nasher the Smasher and is now stuck behind Nasher and Santa Morte as Brimstone has cleared the pack and become your lead jammer.
Hammer City has done a lot of work this year as they've been rebuilding. They were down at the Brouhaha Milwaukee earlier this year. Hammer City actually does have ranking in the North Central in the WFTDA. I believe they were down towards the bottom of the ranking, but CM Power is yet to get ranking, have not put in any sanctioned bouts as of yet.
I think at this point they definitely could, though, as Brimstone takes through the pack again and calls it off, picking up her points, and I don't think JJ managed to get any of that jam.
No, I don't think so either. So now looking at 171 for CM Power, 6 for the A team, about 7 minutes gone in the second half. You're probably watching at home right now on CanuckDerbyTV.com, and we want to thank you for that, because we all know you could also be watching a regional tournament for the WFTDA, but you're at home watching this bout. That means you're a true fan, and we love for our true fans to maybe get in there and click on the little donate button and help us to continue to bring you high-quality roller derby action across the country.
We've got a 3-in-1 lineup by the CM Power team here. Tear apart, bugging at the back, and it works to let Candy Crossbones through. And she's your lead jammer.
Yeah, meanwhile, Laraza Slam almost through and then held back by Pantyhoser. And Tara Part knocked to the outside. She has to re-enter behind Tara.
Tara just holding her back while Candy Crossbones slides through the pack.
There's a little pile of hurling and clobber there at turn 2.
Turn 3, she gets some help from her Hammer City girls. Hurlin Wall takes herself out. little things that happen on the track that don't get called there. Candy Crossbones actually cut somebody, but nobody was there to see it. It's hard if you're a ref, I think, to see every little thing that happens on the track.
And you got to wonder sometimes, like when you play in an environment like this where you do have columns in the middle of the track, I mean, how much that might play into things. Now, of course, those refs are going on the outsides of the columns, but it can be an issue.
Well, I can say those columns scared me in the beginning when I was starting to play in this arena, and definitely to the outside there where we've got some electrical stuff covered up by some padding, and I was a little apprehensive about that. But once you get into the game, it's amazing how much you don't care about those things and you just get her done.
Oh, Henry almost catches Caitlin, but she is through and is your lead jammer. Big Man Bigelow trapped at the back by Jubilee right now. Oh, and she finds a hole and she clears the pack. Meanwhile, Defa Kalen's already picked up 4 points.
I think skating stance is really interesting to watch in these jammers too.
Oh, Kalen's got her
long, hard stride.
She had her death face on for that one.
Yeah, she was trying for it. You see some that are very light and quick with a lot of little tiny jump steps, but Defa Caitlin is definitely someone who uses all of her power to push all the way out.
Defa Caitlin-y, that's right. So right now, 20 minutes left in the half. 184 for CN Power, still 6 for the A-team. A-team yet to put up any points in this second half. JJ Blades going up against Brimstone. We have a clean box, so 4-on-4 in the pack.
Brimstone takes the outside and clears the pack completely to make your lead jammer. And she is smiling. She looks completely pleased with that.
And speaking of skating stances, look how far over Brim is as she goes around.
She is very interesting when she skates. She skates completely differently when she's jamming as to when she's a blocker or a pivot.
That's right. And remember when Brim first came in to Toronto Roller Derby back at the beginning, she was not the strong skater that you see now. She has really worked hard. Zoe Disco is skating really slowly off, like she's feeling something. Missy Carriage, who's bench managing,
injured. Something
coming
is
over
wrong.
to talk to her.
Her leg is shaking.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like Zoe's kind of favoring her knee as she's sitting on the bench. Haven't seen the medics come out tonight. It's a good sign. They are here, just in case. Oh. Loraza Slam called for a major cut, I think.
And that means it's a power jam for Candy Crossbones.
That's right.
See how fast Rebel Rocket reacts as the pivot for CM Power and allows her own jammer to just slice through that pack.
Again, a very formidable wall right now by CN Power. They've trapped Lilith No Fair at the back of the pack, which means they are the pack.
And that means that Candy Crossbones gets to go through that front wall of Hammer City because there is no pack.
That's right. Meanwhile, we've seen Hammerhead get sent off for an out of play hit.
Candy Crossbones has been sent back behind. O. Henry keeping her out, pushing her to the inside.
Get a little help from Little Red Roller Hood as well for Hammer City. O. Henry, the last one to beat.
And she makes it past her, but obviously O. Henry has been skating for a long time. Something tells me by the helmet that she's played hockey probably in the
she
past.
She might, yes. I'm starting to see more and more other helmets in roller derby. That bout, the last doubleheader we had here at the bunker, there were a couple of bicycle helmets.
Bicycle helmets?
I saw at least one, what looked like a bike helmet. I imagine it's regulation, but there was one on Roller City. Royal City, sorry.
I mean, maybe they're built for speed. They can point at the front, but I don't know.
So about 16 minutes left in the second half, and CM Power has crossed the 200 mark. They have a 202-point lead, leading 208-6 for the A-team, who have still yet to score in the second half.
And the great thing about these bouts is that you notice that none of the A-team seems to care. They're still trying their hardest, and that's how you improve.
Yes.
It really is. You have to give it your all, and if you're playing a team that is superior to you, it doesn't matter by how much you get beaten, because the amount of knowledge that you learn from that game.
For sure.
MasterCard's got nothing on that, my friend.
Oh, big collision at the back there between Pantyhose and Bloody Mess Jess. And sorry, Bam Bam Bigelow. But yeah, Hammer City, probably the first 2 or 3 times that CM Power played Hammer City a few years ago, Hammer City was dominant, and it took a while. CM Power improved, and then Hammer City went through a restructuring, lost a number of skaters, brought in a whole bunch of new skaters, and so it's no surprise that this is not the same team that CM Power may have faced, say, in 2008, 2009.
Oh, for sure. They've had serious readjustments. Hammer started off with 1 team, then 2, then 3, then back to 1. They've had a lot of tough goes over the past, and it's nice to see them being a WIFTA sanctioned team.
Well, yeah, and they're only gonna get better.
Well, everybody's only got up to go.
Exactly. So now we're seeing in Southern Ontario, we've got Toronto, we've got Hammer City, Rideau Valley, Varon Apprentice. We've also got Tri-City out in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Okay, CM Power held up that pack for a good 30 seconds to let their jammer out. Oh, Henry trying to take a sweep on Brimstone, but it just didn't work. She's trying to get past Stefania Beaton, and she does. Oh, Henry chasing, but Brimstone cuts to the inside and just cuts her off.
That was interesting because I don't think at that point she could have hit her, but she could have still distracted her, which she almost did. Brim kind of caught an edge.
But as I said before, Brimstone is knowledgeable of everything happening on the track, so trying to distract her, not a likely thing.
You might have to flash a strobe in her eyes to make that happen, but...
That would be amazing. I wonder what that would be called as a penalty if you whipped out an old laser pen and you started to go. Blinding your opponent might not be legal.
Well, no, it's part of a conversation that came up at one point. A lot of controversy at the Eastern Regionals for the WFTDA when Dutchland decided to forfeit a bout strategically, and somebody pointed out, well, you're allowed to, or it's not expressly forbidden. And one of the things that somebody said, and it might have been myself, was that, well, what if somebody sits in the crowd and flashes a laser pointer at the opposing team's bench? There's nothing in the rules against it. Pushing the envelope.
That's an interesting thought, and perhaps I'll give you a laser pen the next time that I play a bout.
I'm not condoning this at all. My point was simply, yes, roller derby is certainly an evolving sport right now, and WFTDA will have a new rule set coming out next year. And as loopholes get exploited, they get closed or they get altered for the betterment of the game.
Well, the rules have certainly changed since I started playing. I mean, in the beginning, there was no rule to keep you close to the pack, so the fastest team won.
Yeah.
And flat out, we trained our jammers to be twice as fast as our pack, and we would win. And unfortunately, as a league, that didn't serve us well once the rules changed.
Now, Power Jam right now for Hammer City. Raza Slam is the only jammer on the track as Tropic Thunder has been sent off.
Herlin Wall setting up in the back there with Pantyhoser, and they managed to slow down that jammer.
Yeah, Sinead Clobber. Oh, Raza Slam gets past everybody, picking up a huge Grand Slam for the A-team, and they are now on the board for the second half.
And you can see how the CM Power takes off. They are speeding up this pack. can see both strategies. The A team actually knew to slow it down and go to the outside, and they managed to tear apart, which allowed their jammer to take off.
This has to be huge for Hammer City. In one jam, they have picked up more points than they had thus far picked up in the entire bout.
Tropic Thunder is back on the track, speeding out of that penalty box.
Oh, but at the end of that, Larissa Slam does take a major cut, send out, and now it's going to be a power jam for the next one for CM Power. And a timeout being called by Hammer City. So what better opportunity than to tell you that next time you will see action here at the bunker will be the first weekend in December for the inaugural World Cup of Roller Derby, brought to you by Blood and Thunder magazine. For all the details, please visit bloodandthundermagazine.com. No, it's bloodandthunder.com. Thank you.
Bloodandthunder.com.
Thank you. And for ticket information, tickets are available. 13 nations, including Team Canada, will be taking part. Brimstone from CM Power will be representing Toronto for Team Canada. Some of our referees, I know Penny Whistler is going to be on the ref crew. Probably other refs that you may be at home familiar with are going to be there as well. I expect to see D- out of Hammer City. He's actually at the South Central Regionals right this weekend down in Kansas City.
That's excellent. He's been traveling a lot with roller derby recently. I'm actually really excited to see some of my own friends, as I played on the original Team Canada, which was a friendly game.
Well, I think this tournament will be somewhat friendly.
I think though that we've upped the ante since those old
for
days.
Sure, and of
oh,
course,
look at this Rebel Rocket
that is
pulling
a new one.
fabulous maneuver. As long as she's touching that line, you have to be behind her hips, and she laid all the way down just to psych them out.
Well, yeah, that kind of really confused the heck out of me.
And she is a long and gangly person, my friend. You have to be way back if she lays down.
Defa Kalin is your lead jammer. She's the only jammer. And if you're going to have a power jam, who better than to take part and to run it for you than Defa Kalin? She's working through Lilith No Fair, the last one to beat. Lilith No Fair getting sent off. I think that was that an out of play?
And Defa Kalin's making it around again. She only has O'Henry, who falls down trying to take her out, and it doesn't work. And she picks up 5 points for CM Power.
So CM Power adding to this lead. Hammer City not moving.
Which is just not working for them at
No,
this
well,
point.
they've been trapped because CM Power is holding them behind. Oh, the Rise of Slam.
Oh, Henry finally manages to take out Defa Kalin.
And Lady Gaga getting sent off
But she
for a low
manages
block.
to get past her.
Low block major on Lady Gaga.
We're at 232. Oh, no. 237 to 18 for CM Power.
So it is a double century lead.
Must feel nice to be CM Power right about now.
Yep. They have brought a medic over, by the way, to the Hammer City bench to talk to La Raza Slam, because she may have picked up a bit of a scrape on that fall when she tripped over the low blocking Lady Gaga.
As long as you don't see a stretcher, I'm happy.
Yeah, we had our last doubleheader here at the bunker. We had numerous visits by the medics out to the track, and that was the first visit so far. We like to keep it that way.
Brimstone becomes your lead jammer for this jam, and Tear Apart is just not having any of the Hammer City jammer.
Herlin, briefly trapped at the back of the pack, gets through. Yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow through the pack. Of course, she's not lead. Brimstone has that on her and calls the jam. Picking up 4 points. Nothing for the A team. So about 8 minutes left in the second half of this bout.
Now, I was privy to know that Herlin Wall didn't have her normal hairspray to keep her makeup affixed to her face today.
Oh, really?
That's how we all keep makeup on, just for those viewers who don't realize that at home. Whether you're done up like a ghoul or you're just wearing regular makeup like a girly girl, you do actually hairspray your face so that it stays in place. And she was worried that if she made the wrong hit, you would know because her makeup would be all over you.
That's right.
So good for her so far for not having her face on someone's shoulder.
That reminds me of back in high school. I had a friend at the Halloween dance one year who, same thing, did his face up, tripped, went face first into my back, and I had his face on my back for the rest of the evening. And
That would have been a good costume.
Nobody told Marcus about the hairspray.
It's a good tip. We've got it all here on Tord TV.
That's right. Candy Crossbones almost breaking the pack. JJ Blades right behind her, but Candy is through first.
Candy and O'Henry. O'Henry chasing her, trying to psych her out, and it just doesn't work.
Candy looking at her bench, and Reverend Ramirez kind of shrugging like, it's up to you. If you want to go for it, go for it.
I think with this kind of lead, the Reverend is going to let them do what they want to do for sure.
Now, you never want to start acting cocky, of course, when you have a giant lead like this.
No,
but,
of course.
So you might try practicing some strategies you don't otherwise do. Maybe you put out a jammer that you otherwise don't. Part of me thinks that's maybe why we saw Nasher jamming in the first half. But,
although part of me thinks that it's because Nasher is completely capable of it at this point.
Well, yeah, and that was an eye-opening experience for me. I was so shocked seeing Nasher as the jammer that I have no idea how many points she got on it.
Well,
15, 20? I haven't asked anybody.
The physical fitness level of these girls has improved by 200% over the years. And I know even myself, after playing for this long, I won't give away my age, but I'm definitely physically fit for it at this point.
Folks at home, if you know Hot Roller's age, please enter it into the TextCast right now.
Please don't. Please don't.
Also take this opportunity while I'm at it to say congratulations to former Smoke City Betty Jewel Kicker, who is getting married this evening.
That is correct. She's getting married down at the Sound Academy. And I hear it's quite a treat. I'm waiting for some text messages from some of my best friends who went there tonight. So hopefully it's an absolute blast. I'm sure she was gorgeous as always.
Yep. And I'll be really disappointed if the wedding photos don't have her on skates at some point.
I don't know if they will. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll wait to see.
That's what we need. We need to have a roller derby wedding. A big fall there for Laraza Slam, landing on her tailbone, but she's up and she's okay. Kaylin making another scoring pass.
Kaylin's just racking up the points at this point.
Well, right now they're sitting at 261 for CM Power, 18 for the A team. Just over 4 minutes left, almost a full minute on the jam clock. Gotta wonder if CM Power is going to go for 300.
It's quite possible at this point. And the roller derby wedding, I wonder if we could do that here. I've seen it in Las Vegas when I've gone to the Roller Con, which happens every single year. And last year it had over 4,000 in attendance, I believe. So I do know that it exists. I do have a derby wife, although she retired, and I'm very, very sad about that.
Who was your derby wife?
Dolly Destructo. She played for the Chicks Ahoy.
Dolly's retired?
Dolly retired for this year.
Nobody told me.
Yeah, she kind of bowed out. She had a lot on her plate, and it made me cry.
Oh, that's sad to hear, because Dolly was certainly a fun member of the Chicks Ahoy.
Oh, for sure. She liked to mix it up, that's for sure.
So right now we're looking at Bam Bam Bigelow jamming for Hammer City. Brimstone for the CM Power, and Brim almost. Big hit by Stefania Beaton. Oh! Bigger hit by O. Henry.
She is getting beaten up on this jam.
But no matter, because Brim is the lead jammer.
And Brim doesn't even care. She doesn't look winded. She doesn't even look like anything. She looks like she's having a good time with it, and that's what you want to see.
Ooh. Nasher getting sent off. I think that might have been a clockwise block. I wasn't sure.
Well, unfortunately, that pillar seemed to be in the way again.
Yep.
If only they came in clear.
Lady Gaga coming dangerously close to a similar play on Bam Bam Bigelow, but missed.
Nasher the Smasher has been sent to the box, and I'm not sure for what.
Well, I think that was that first play. She must have overskated the box because she's still skating around. Oh, Henry now also going to the box for Hammer City.
So it looks like we got 3-on-3 action here, which suits everybody just fine.
Santa Muerta just laying down the law.
Skating backwards, just showing her what she's got. Bring it.
Were you at Tri-City last month or back in August?
Yes, indeed I was.
Did you see Santa Muerta jamming like a queen for the Golden Roller Girls? Brimstone going to the box.
Cutting. Sammy is signaling to me saying there's a cutting penalty.
So a power jam right now for Bam Bam Bigelow. This one's about to be done, but Hammer City will start the next one with that jammer advantage.
So what happened there, Slammy?
Brimstone was coming around the first corner and she tried to jump over her own fallen player, Lady Gaga, and instead of jumping over, she actually cut and came back in. So she cut her own player and she got called for cutting.
Oh, that's the worst kind of call that you can get, cutting your own player. That's no good.
So it's going to be about a minute to go on the game clock. 2:77 for CM Power, 18 for the A team.
We've got JJ Blades starting it off for this power jam. Tear apart, trying to take her to the outside. Doesn't work though. JJ clearing the pack, makes it through and becomes the lead jammer. And you can see her skating like there is a huge fire under her butt. She is going for it.
And I think this pretty much guarantees that CM Power is not going to hit the 300 mark with their jammer in the box. JJ Blades, Hammer City has no interest in calling it off to have one more jam to give Toronto that opportunity.
Oh, JJ falling down. Turn 4. Nasty spill, Rebel Rocket. Working it from every angle. Neither team is giving up at this point. Brimstone back on the track. She gets taken out by O'Henry but cuts it, and she gets through the pack as it's called. Hammer City gets 4, CM Power gets 0. Oh, Hammer City with 5. Very nice. So, final score, 277 CM Power to 22 for the A team. Nicely done, both teams.
So your unofficial, now it is official final, 277 CM Power, 22 for the A team. A team picking up some points on that final jam. We're going to be having a couple of trackside interviews. And downright Dirty Dawson, who's also a huge part of Tour TV. She's going to see if she can wrangle a couple of interviews for me at trackside.
This is a great tradition that we see happen at the end of bouts, where all of the fans take to the track and they want their hands slapped by the players that they've seen all night.
And I got to tell you, as somebody who's been on that receiving line, when you slap us with those wrist guards, that hurts.
Oh, for sure. But as a player on that line, it is amazing to feel the energy from the crowd just loving you.
Yep. So a huge victory for CM Power, winning by 255 points over Hammer City. Hammer City, of course, they had to bring in a few people from Tri-City to kind of flesh out that roster. This was not the roster they wanted to play. But still big smiles on the skaters on the A team.
Well, as I said before, they must have learned a lot tonight. And it's amazing to play. Even if you get your butt kicked, it's
for sure.
So much fun to play this game.
Yep.
If you're at all interested out there, hey, look up Cardinal Skates, talk to somebody.
Yep.
Get on it. We have fresh meat all the time. Love to see you out in a pair of roller skates.
Check it out, TorontoRollerDerby.com. Our season opener next year for the league season will be February 4th at the bunker. I don't have those participating teams at my fingertips, but of course the next event to be held at the bunker will be the Roller Derby World Cup in December.
Which is amazing.
Do you have your tickets, Roller?
No, but I will.
You're hoping to get in as preferred friends and family?
Well, I did apply to be an announcer, amazingly enough. And
we're still waiting for that decision on who makes the cuts.
I didn't. Nobody has filmed me talking yet, so I think that I might not make the cut. But I do sponsor toward, and you've
now broken your Boutcasting cherry. So.
Exactly. So I may actually make it in the front door. And here we go with the interview.
I'm going to head over.
And I will say good night to you, Mr. Whistler.
Good night,
Roller. Thank you very, very much.
You.
Have a fun evening.
You too. So I'm not sure where he needs to be. You're good?
Yeah, super.
You're
Previous knee injury. Gets irritated when there's some falls that I can do, and then there's once in a while it counts just like excruciating pain.
all right.
So
So
it's derby.
are we good? We're good? Oh, we're good. So Mr. Whistler here, trackside with Zoe Disco. And Zoe, first of all, we've met outside of Derby,
Yes,
which
we
is
have.
awesome. And I love that this Derby, the Roller Derby and my world, everything's colliding, everything's getting closer together. Your involvement with Hammer City, when did that start and how did that come about?
Just over a year. I had heard about it, but work and this gets in the way. And when I saw a game, I said, I need to do this. I must do this. So I got started, signed up for 101 last August, and just, now here I am playing with the A team. Super proud, part of the board, helping, all the back end stuff that people don't really know. We run everything, we do everything, so help volunteers and everything. So just my life is definitely Derby.
And of course, you guys have been traveling a lot this year.
Yeah.
You were down at Brouhaha in Milwaukee earlier this year.
Yeah.
You've been on a few road trips. Has it become everything you wanted it to be and more?
That's I could probably talk for ages about that. It definitely has. I played team sports, but never in a capacity that was this competitive or that we traveled that much. So it's really great to be able to go on the road with the girls and stay in hotel rooms, cool after parties, go to neat places, play with teams from all over, and really see what the Derby community really is about. It's different from other sports, I think, where there's lots of rivalries and kind of a negative attitude towards other teams, where that's not like that in Derby. I mean, there's definitely the rivalries, but everybody, you're Derby girl, it's like, I could probably find a place to stay all across the country, all across the world, just say I'm Derby, so. Yeah.
So, obviously tonight, a tough loss to CN Power. You had to bring in some folks from Tri-City to kind of flesh out the roster.
Yeah.
Where does the A team go from here?
Just keep doing what we're doing. We had a really new team. Just learning to play together, I think, is really where we need to kind of get there. Learning the rules a lot more, like really being able to capitalize on how to, manipulate the games in our favor, what we should be doing, strategy. I think a lot of us have hesitation in the things that we're doing, and you can't have that in Derby. You need to be in the moment and act. So I think that once we just keep practicing the way we've been doing, and we definitely have seen improvement in that communication, so just keep at that, and hopefully next year we'll be coming back strong. Every year we'll keep building, so.
All right, well, you're going to move up the rankings. We'd like to see that. CN Power hasn't been ranked yet. We're still on our way for Toronto. But congratulations on at least you had an awesome game, and thank you for the time.
Thank you so much.
All right, good night. All right, so Zoe Disco from the A team. And do we have anybody else? Oh, looks like we're going to have Lady Gaga from CN Power.
Hi.
So, hello.
Hi.
And big victory for CM Power tonight. Obviously, I was just talking to Zoe. Hammer City has been going through some changes the last couple of years. They're still regrouping. Was it important to still be as dominant as you could be tonight?
We really wanted to try some new things. I think it just so happened that we came out on top. Like, we were going into it thinking that everybody had to have a goal and try something that they had never done in a game before, and we had a ton of those moments, so it was great.
Yeah, I had actually wanted to see if I could talk to Nasher, but I understand she refuses to absolutely do interviews. We saw Nasher jamming tonight. That took me by such surprise that I lost track of how many points she got. I have no idea. Do you know?
She got a lot. She at least got through, I think she got at least 10 points. At least 10 points.
Yeah, I thought it might have been maybe 17 or 20. I don't know. But we're seeing that more and more. More experience. Like, everybody is able to do more than one thing. And I think that's really become a very important trademark for CN Power.
Yeah, you can't just have like the strict rotation of jammers anymore, because then things change and there's penalties or there's weddings, and it's just not realistic. And I think you see a lot of the big teams in like the WIFTA tournaments and stuff have like a great depth of jammers and blockers and pivots, and every position can play every position.
So going into later this month, CN Power goes down to Grand Rapids to take on Grand Raggedy, who last I checked were ranked around 12th. And what does CN Power need to do to prepare for a more formidable opponent?
Well, we definitely all need to come to practice every week, at least once a week. We have off skates and we do a Sunday practice sometimes. I think it's just really about practicing and gelling as a team, because we do have some people who have only been on the roster for like a few games, so some of them have only played a few games with CN Power, and I think that going to Grand Rapids, like, whoever's going with us needs to be 100% ready, because we need to be like, we need to bring it. We can't go down to Grand Raggedy and embarrass ourselves, so we're not going to.
You guys are going to do great. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Okay. So that was Lady Galia for CN Power. And looks like I may get one more. Or not. No. Are we good? Okay, we're going to wrap this up then. As I look over on the side, I'm getting the wrap-up signal from Slammy. She's going to start blowing her horn at me if I don't wrap this up quickly. So once again from the bunker, final score, I believe, was 277-22 for CN Power. And this is Mr. Whistler signing off on behalf of Tora TV, Slammy, Titmouse, Tropic, Layer 9, everybody that's here tonight. Thank you and good night. Oh, but she has to hit the button.